Today, I'll demonstrate the crocheting method for this bag. The bag is made up of a pre-made leather bottom, the main part of the body, the strap, a magnetic clasp, and a metal tag. First, crochet the main part of the bag body, then sew on the magnetic clasp. Finally, attach the strap and the metal tag. Now, let me demonstrate the specific crochet technique. The main part of the bag body needs to be crocheted using 4 strands of yarn together, meaning 4 strands are combined into one for crocheting. For specific yarn color schemes and hook sizes, please refer to the corresponding paper instructions. First, make a knot. Pinch the yarn tail with your right hand, wrap the yarn around your left little finger once, then pass it through your index and middle fingers. Then use your thumb and middle finger to hold the knot. Take the pre-made bag bottom. Note that the side with the metal studs is the outside of the bag bottom, and the side facing your platform is the inside. Pull the yarn through any one of the holes at the 4 corners. Insert the crochet hook into the hole diagonally across from this hole, and draw the yarn through. Adjust the size of the yarn loop. The height of the loop should be level with the edge of the bag bottom. Position the hook to the left side of the yarn, rotate counterclockwise, and pull the yarn through. This creates the starting chain for a single crochet, which is also known as a chain stitch. Start with the first single crochet. Next, work 1 single crochet into the hole by inserting the hook. Place the starting yarn tail over the hook, weave it in as you go, and tighten while crocheting. Crochet hook. Pull this yarn through. Pull out. Pay attention to the height. Make it level with the edge of the bag bottom. Draw the yarn through both loops at the same time. At this point, we can see in the upper right corner of this, there's a V-shaped, formed by 2 strands, which is the stitch of a single crochet. We'll add a stitch marker. Let's mark it with a stitch marker. Then, in the adjacent left side space, work 3 single crochets. I'll demonstrate the single crochet technique again. Insert the hook into the space. Keep the starting yarn tail on top of the hook, weave it in as you go, and hide it while crocheting. Pull the yarn through. At this point, there are 2 loops on the hook, pull through all at once. 1 increased single crochet is completed, continue with 2 more single crochets. These 3 single crochets are done, 1 stitch, 2 stitches, 3 stitches. Next, in all the spaces behind, work 3 single crochets, continuing until the last space. After completing 3 single crochets in the last space, we'll work 2 single crochets in the first space. Then we'll go back to the first stitch, the one marked with the stitch marker. Make a slip stitch in this single crochet stitch. Insert the hook into the stitch marked here. Then pull the yarn through all at once. Tighten the yarn. That completes one slip stitch, and with that, the first round is finished. For the second round, first make a beginning chain, then work 1 single crochet into the first stitch of the previous round. Similarly, use a stitch marker to mark the first single crochet stitch. Then work 3 single crochets in a row, keep going. A total of 4 single crochets were worked to start the second round. Next, skip 1 stitch, and work 1 single crochet, skip 1 stitch and work 1 single crochet, follow this pattern until 18 single crochets are completed. First skip 1 stitch, then work 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Work 1 stitch, 1 single crochet, follow this pattern to work 18 single crochets. Let's count to double check. The first 4 stitches are continuous single crochets, followed by skip 1 stitch and work 1, skip 1 and work 1, continuing this pattern for 18 stitches. That makes a total of 22 stitches. Then continue working 9 single crochets in a row. After completing the 9 continuous single crochets, next we'll skip 1 stitch and work 1, skip 1 stitch and work 1, continuing this pattern for 4 single crochets. Skip 1 stitch and work 1. Next, skip 1 stitch again. Then work 9 single crochets in a row. 1 stitch, 2 stitches, 3 stitches, 4 stitches. 9 stitches. The 9 continuous single crochets at the corner have been completed. Next, work 18 single crochets by skipping 1 stitch and working 1, skipping 1 stitch and working 1, skip 1 stitch and work 1. "18 stitches are done, now continue without skipping, work 9 single crochets in a row." The continuous 9 single crochets at the corner are completed. Next, skip 1 stitch and work 1, skip 1 stitch and work 1 for 4 single crochets. The 4 single crochets are done. Next, skip 1 stitch and continue working 5 single crochets. Then join with a slip stitch in the first single crochet stitch. Pull it tight. That completes the second round of the bag body. We can tidy up the fabric a bit. This is the outside. Adjust it inward a bit. You can count this round, there are a total of 80 single crochets. Be careful not to add extra stitches. Next we'll work the third round. First, chain 3 to form a turning chain for the double crochet, stitch 1, 2, 3, and place a stitch marker on the third chain stitch. Hook the 2 strands on its right side. Then we need to work double crochets in this round. Wrap the yarn counterclockwise around the hook. Pay attention, this stitch next to the beginning chain is the first single crochet from the previous round. We shouldn't work into the left stitch again at this point. Insert the hook into the single crochet stitch, draw the yarn through. At this point, there are 3 loops on the hook, 1, 2, 3. First pull through 2 loops. Then, pull through again. This way, 1 double crochet is completed. Let's demonstrate again, yarn over counterclockwise, insert the hook into the single crochet stitch, draw the yarn through. There are 3 loops on the hook, pull through them one by one, first 2 loops, then the last one. This completes 1 double crochet stitch. Follow this pattern to finish all the double crochets in this round. This is the last stitch. This round consists of 80 stitches in total. Including the starting stitch, the turning chain of 3 chains counts as 1 double crochet, making a total of 80 stitches. Then finally, insert into the first starting chain the chain space marked with a stitch marker. Insert the hook into that chain. There are 2 strands here, 2 strands on the chain stitch. Work a slip stitch. Draw the yarn through. Pull it tight. That completes the third round. Next, we'll work on the fourth round, where we need to crochet double crochets into the spaces between 2 double crochets, not into the stitches themselves. Let's take a closer look. These 2 strands. At the top right corner there's a V-shape formed by 2 yarns, which is the stitch of the double crochet, these 2 strands. But we don't crochet into these 2 strands, instead, we crochet into the space between 2 double crochets. Now watch me demonstrate. First, make 3 chain stitches as the turning chain for the double crochet, 1 chain, 2 chains, 3 chains, and similarly, we'll place a stitch marker on the third chain. Then work a double crochet into this space. Into this chain stitch. Crochet a double crochet into the space of this turning chain, and the next double crochet. The following steps are the same. Crochet double crochets into the spaces. This way, you can see the texture is crossed. Keep crocheting until the second to last stitch. Please finish the remaining double crochets by yourselves. This is the last double crochet. Let's take a look. This stitch is the turning chain from the previous round. This stitch is the last stitch from the previous round. We're working in the middle of these two stitches from the previous round. Here, treat the very first turning chain with 3 chains as one stitch between these two, because its stitch tends to slant to the right. This round, including the turning chain, also has 80 stitches. Then, join the last stitch with the first stitch, with a slip stitch to tighten. Continue crocheting upward following the method of this round. Crochet until reaching the corresponding round number or height. At this point, we've reached the second to last round of the bag body. Please finish the remaining stitches. For the last double crochet, pull up a larger loop, because we'll be changing colors for the last round. Take out the yarn for the final round. Fold the yarn from the small yarn ball in half. Fold it in half again, making it folded twice, combining 4 strands into one for crocheting. Insert the hook into the outer 2 loops. Just these 2 loops. Then take the yarn you want to switch to. Pull it through. Keep the original yarn on the inside. Then join with a slip stitch to the first turning chain. Pull tight. Then pull out the yarn tail of the thread used for the main part. This way, the yarn is switched. Next, we'll crochet the final round. Start with a chain stitch as the turning chain for the single crochet, then make 1 single crochet in the same V-shaped loop, where the starting chain of the previous row was made. Mark it with a stitch marker. Then make a single crochet in this space. Crochet single crochets around this round, keeping all the yarn tails on top of the hook as you work, and hiding them in as you go. Make 1 single crochet. Continue crocheting in the same way until the end. After crocheting about 10 centimeters in this final round, you can trim off the colorful yarn. Keep crocheting until the last stitch, then join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Finally, make 1 chain stitch, and pull the yarn tail through. Leave about 15 centimeters of yarn, then cut the yarn. Now turn the bag inside out, with the wrong side facing you. We'll hide this yarn tail inside. You can pick it up with your hook. The single crochet here. The yarn. Just insert it like this. You can gently pull the edge a bit as you go. When it's hidden well enough, you can trim off the yarn tail. That's it, the main part of the bag is now complete. Next, let's learn how to sew on the magnetic clasps. The magnetic clasp can be sewn onto the second to last and third to last rounds of the bag's main part. Make sure the clasp doesn't extend beyond the final round. To prevent crooked sewing, you can fold the bag flat first. Then use a stitch marker to mark the center position. Do the same on the wrong side as well. This way, it will be easier to sew correctly. Take a piece of yarn from any color of the bag's main part. Fold it in half and tie a knot. Proceed with sewing. Take 1/2 of the magnetic clasp. Place it at the position marked by our stitch marker. Then you can choose any one of the 4 corners below. On a double crochet stitch. First, thread the yarn through. Then wrap the hook around these 2 strands. This way it will be similar to making a knot. Then draw through one of the chain spaces. Secure it with extra stitches. Then pass the needle through this double crochet to find the next hole that needs sewing. Then sew through twice. Then go upwards through the fabric. Hide the yarn within the upper fabric. All of them should be sewn twice. Just secure it in place. Still pass through the double crochet. Secure the last magnetic clasps hole well. Then pass through the fabric again. You can do it too. Then wrap around and tie a knot. Then hide the yarn in the fabric. Trim off the excess yarn. This way, the magnetic clasp is securely sewn. Do the same for the other side, using the same method. Next, we'll attach the strap. To make the bag look neater, we can slightly tuck in both sides of the bag. To create an inward tapering effect. How much you tuck in is up to your personal preference. Then take this spring clip, thread it through. Passing through all 4 layers. And secure it in place. For the other side, follow the same method. This way, the spring clip is properly attached. The bag now has a gathered, tapered effect at the top. Then you can clip the strap onto the spring clip. And the bag is all assembled. Finally, take the metal tag. For small decorations like this one, there are 2 at the back. Open the metal strip, and you can attach it to any position you want. Just insert it into the hole on this side. I press it from the wrong side to make it secure. And the metal tag is now properly installed. That's all for the crochet method of this bag. Thank you all for watching.